Yes, welcome back to the Zhengzhou Olympic Stadium here in the east of China for what promises to be an incredible afternoon. The sun is contemplating setting here, but we have got plenty of heat in the men's final. No Shaban, no Ahmed El-Gendi. In fact, none of the El-Gendi brothers here. No Joe Chung. It's an open race. Shababoom is in imperious form. Who are we going to crown world champion? 35 degrees here. It's hot. It's sunny. It's difficult for our athletes, but it's a little better, actually, than it has been this morning. The women's final was an epic for Song Min Song to take gold by just 1 second. So we have our riding event and discipline as part of the World Championships on Pentathlon final. 7-point deduction for a refusal, 10 for a knockdown, 10 for a refusal, 1 second point deducted per second. 1 minute is the time. We then move across to the fencing bonus round. It's a winner stays on format, 2 points per win. Then over to the pool, 2.5 minutes to complete 200 meters freestyle, 250 points up for grabs there. And then it is the medal deciding laser run for our athletes, 5 laps of a 600 meter track. They don't visit the range in the first lap, but as of the second lap they do. 4 trips, 5 targets from a distance of 10 meters, 50 seconds or quicker, and the first over the line wins gold and is the world champion. We will have a new world champion today in the men's discipline, and that is what they're fighting for, those beautiful medals. And these are the Olympic rankings as we stand, but Ahmed El-Gendi will not compete today due to injury, as he very honestly told us yesterday. Ahmed El-Gendi not here either. Joseph Chung out yesterday. No Mohammed Shaban, so it really is wide open today. We're going to go through the runners and riders for you as we progress through this afternoon. But we do start with the riding, and the riding course, a third of it is bathed in sunshine, the fencing ranking round having already taken place, and that determines not only the points but also the order for the bonus round, for which we will see after the riding in a few moments' time, probably in about 40-ish minutes or so.
Yeah, fencing ranking round happened 2 days ago. Carries through from the semi-final to the finals, so they had only 1 opportunity to fence, and as you can see there, Chababum at the top of the leaderboard with 240 points, and Chababum starting from that position, I believe, is a favorite for gold. Sepp not too far behind it on 2:35, and we know how fast Sepp is on the running course and the range, and I think a collection of athletes in this men's final, all within a chance of a podium finish. Yep. We saw Rita Erdosh earlier this morning. That was, yeah, unexpected. So don't rule out anyone from that second page.
And we know the jeopardy and the lottery of this riding course, which you can see. You can see a third of it is bathed in sunshine. That slither down the right-hand side, which is going to be, well, you tell me, Mariam, how's that going to affect things for the horse and rider? Being in sunshine, here is the course. No?
I think it's fine. No.
Okay. A tight course, but actually the women this morning negotiated it really, really well. Talk us through it, Mariam.
Yeah, again, it's a very tight course, and many twists and turns in between the fences. And if you don't navigate them correctly, don't go into the center line, you are going to be faced with some issues. Not necessarily on the fence that you're approaching, but maybe later on down the road. Yeah, just make sure you're in control. The horse is familiar with you, and there's some sort of synergy going across this track, because it is one of the most challenging ones we've had this season.
And here our fence is 9 and 10, 9A and 9B. And over 10 to break the laser, which will stop the clock at hopefully under a minute for our athletes. That is their time limit.
The time was okay for most women this morning.
Yeah.
Might get caught out on them if there was a refusal or so, but yeah, time is pretty well situated for this course. It's all in the level of difficulty when it comes to the turns, and yeah, that's where the athletes have to really focus and make sure they're making the correct decisions.
Our crowd and fans are enjoying themselves. Nice that they've both got the stripy top memo as well, those two. Well done. Congratulations. Sussed out with the cameras as well very quickly. Top job. Top. Where's that camera? Where can I find it? Our camera operators out and about catching the crowd here today, taking it all in. The Lithuanian team enjoying, watching on with interest.
Yeah. So obviously the men's final was this morning, and so they will be watching their male counterparts now as they start their own competition and their own event. Another world champion will be crowned today. We've had Zhengzhou and with that incredible performance. As you said this morning, it was it was
Gutsy.
a crazy finish.
Gutsy.
Yeah, very.
A second.
It was 1 second, and I think it's closer than that. It's but the time does stop with the timing chip, so it depends which foot touched the start-finish line first. But yeah, it was very well deserved from all three medalists, and I think we'll be seeing some similar battles with the men.
If after 5 disciplines it comes down to whether it's your left or right foot that crosses the line first, you know it's close.
Yeah, you know it's close. But I think Bakaguzi was happy with that. She was. She said the amount of effort it took her to complete that race, and she said that it's very fair that she did get second place.
So the first athlete is actually Miles Pillage.
So just a bit of a technical swap out. I don't think Martin Black is out of the competition. We're just going to have Miles Pillage starting first. He's going to be on horse 38, Genial.
So the 26-year-old who didn't make the World Cup final.
But look at him in the semi-finals. He was incredible.
Yeah. Vlak will start a little later on. We'll confirm as and when, but didn't make the final in Ankara a couple of weeks ago for the World Cup final, but is in fine form going into the final here, the Brit.
Is in fine form, and it has to be said, the only Brit who's made it to the finals of this competition.
Joseph Chung yesterday broke our hearts. Not just because he was British, by the way, because any athlete to see an Olympic gold medalist, world championship.
It was
difficult.
I'm sure it was a lot difficult for families watching home and him to kind of accept that fact, but sports and stuff goes sideways sometimes. So
that's elite sport, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to accept the good with the bad.
And he will be cheering on Miles Pillage, I'm sure, from afar. And here comes the athlete from Great Britain. The clock has started. He is the mount of Janail.
This is looking really good from Miles Pillage. He's looking very concentrated, very calm. It's almost as if it's a little dance along with the music. He's getting through this course quite well. Good at the turns as he heads over to the double now.
And the time looks satisfactory. Pillage is the first out, so he'll have seen the women's final this morning and know that time wasn't a huge issue. Well, his time is not going to be a problem at all from here on in for Miles Pillage, but he will be desperate to go around clean, and as long as he clears 10, it is.
That's a good start to the ride.
300 points for Miles Pillage, a clear round, and he will be delighted with that, Mariam Amur.
Yeah, he was just cruising through that arena. Didn't show any signs of struggle or stress, and the horse seemed, there was, good chemistry and relationship between those two.
You can tell, can't you? You can just feel the energy between them.
And his stance on the horse as well. He's very calm, looking at his next fence and just easing his way in. Fabian Liebig now from Germany.
Fabian Liebig takes to the arena. He is 30 on Tuesday. A big birthday for Fabian. World Championship final. Wouldn't he dearly love a medal to celebrate a big 30th birthday?
Yeah, as all the athletes as he makes his way around the course now. Fabian Liebig getting on well here into 4 and 5 related fences. Wings a little bit to the left, but manages to center, and you can see there it's a knockdown on 5.
So that'll be a 7-point deduction. He's going in a little tentatively into the next fence as well, so just try and recalibrate himself and his horse.
He needs to pull his shoulders back.
And there is a problem, a real problem there.
I think The horse tripped up. He's okay. He's on his feet.
Yeah, the horse is okay.
Fabian is okay. The horse is okay.
The athlete is up. The horse is up. So
yeah, I think it was like humans, horses can sometimes make mistakes and trip. I think that was the case with Fabian Liebig. Unfortunately, he is eliminated due to safety reasons, but yeah, effectively the end of his competition.
Looks like he might be holding his wrist.
Hopefully nothing too serious. We'll get updates on that as things proceed. But he is walking away and he is all right. You can see him on your screen now.
Yeah, he's holding his wrist. And they're just going to get him some medical attention and medical treatment. Of course, there going to be a bit of a delay here, Marion, whilst they reconstruct the fence as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see that happen again. I don't think it's anyone's. Yeah, it's no one's fault. Yeah. It's no one's fault. Things just happen sometimes, and he had no control over that situation whatsoever. And I don't want to say it, but I think it's a case of bad luck.
In a World Championship final.
Stranger things have happened this competition.
Taijun is on the way to the arena, but the fence isn't constructed as yet. All eyes on Liebig. He's not too far away from our position. Actually, he's holding his wrist, and we'll receive some medical treatment, so we'll bring you an update on him. I find it unlikely we will see him in the rest of the competition. He's not going to be able to hold a pistol.
Let's get updates when we can on him, and hopefully he's all right. World Championships is important, but he has Olympics coming up as well, so he needs to make sure that his health is okay.
Out of the competition, we're told.
I think that's a smart move. If you're nursing an injury, take care of that, because it is Olympic year. All eyes and hopes are on Paris.
This male competition is cursed. It's wide open. It was wide open before. It's wide open now. We're down to 17. From Taijun. No word on Martin Vlack as yet. Don't know quite what's going on there. We are endeavouring behind the scenes to try and understand what's going on with Martin Vlack.
Yeah, Wang Tai is on his way now, heading into his first fence. Clears it, taking the pace quite slow. I think that is definitely intentional. Turns are quite tight.
Probably sensible. Yes. Although down goes 3. So that's a 7-point deduction for Wang Taijun.
Yeah, over 5. Goes back into a trot slightly. Needs to pick up the pace again. 6 A and B cleared into 7 now. Sharp left into that 7. Over 8, 3 more to go for Wang Taijun. This is looking good. Just that one knockdown so far. Oof, that was a bit slow. Coming into 9A, gets things done over 9B, and 10 is clear.
Yeah, so 2.93 for Wang Taijun, who was 5th in the World Cup final in Turkey a couple of weeks ago. 6th at the World Champs in Bath. Gold in the World Cup final in Turkey 2022. Again, another athlete that has a real ability and heritage. Look at that aerial shot as Jun's finishing in. So this is Jean-Baptiste Moutier.
I think this is where things get really interesting. You have Jean-Baptiste Moutaz, Taisu Seto all coming up, and I feel this is where the competition really starts. Jean-Baptiste was a bit shaky over 1 there.
Yeah, he
late on the...
looks like he's battling a little bit there, Mariam, and the horse looked like it thought about.
The reins are too loose. Reins are too loose.
Indeed, there is a refusal at 3. It was close to being a refusal at 2.
Yeah, reins are too loose over 3. Needs to tighten that line now.
And a second refusal. This is a problem for the Frenchman. Jean-Baptiste Moutier has only got the ability to have 1 more refusal. He can move on to fence 4. If he doesn't get over fence 4 and there's a refusal, there's a big problem, but he does. Well done to him. Fence 5, go on.
Yeah, he needs to really put in the heels into the horse and make sure that the horse doesn't make that mistake again. It's finding the easy way out, the horse. So Jean-Baptiste really needs to be taking control now and taking charge of this competition. He's doing well to rebalance himself, pushing and pulling his shoulders backwards. It's shaky coming into 9A.
Yeah, will he get over 10? Will the horse play? It does, and he goes over 10. There's a time penalty of 9, and there's 2 refusals, minus 27, and the Frenchman knows it. An acknowledgement to the judges. He is devastated. Minus 36.
There's a score of 264, and definitely not what you want if you're going for a medal at this competition.
Especially when you see the field.
Stakes are high.
The stakes are high, and there's athletes not here that he's going to have thought.
That was my chance. Yeah, that was my chance.
He's got it there, Jean-Baptiste, but in comes Egypt's one and only representation, Mutaz Mohammed.
Yeah, Mutaz Mohammed did very well in the qualifications.
Carrying the weight of Egypt.
It's
that's rare.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have predicted it either. Again, his horse is moving with pace.
He needs to pull his shoulders back. This is getting shaky from the Egyptian.
A little scrappy there, Mariam, was it?
A little scrappy. He's taking too long to stand up on the back of his foot, but he's doing well in the rest of this course. Again, really off balance. Mutaz needs to make a change as he heads over 6A and B now. This is...
And he did well to stay on the horse there.
He did well.
But he's got a refusal, Mariam.
Yeah, he heads back into 6A and B now.
And approaches it at pace, it's got to be said. Gets over and does well to recover, does the Egyptian. He knows this horse is, shall we say, a little wet behind the ears, a little effervescent, it would seem. 9A and B to go in 10. He's had a refusal. Can he clear 9B? Does. Can he clear 10? He does. 106 and minus 16. Mariam, what do you think to that?
That's a pretty good score considering the rest of the field. I mean, relatively it's okay. Again, it's a good recovery. He was going to fall, which is a total elimination, so that is definitely the better option.
We are continuing to inquire about the situation with Martin Black, but no sign as yet. Saito next for Japan. Yoshu Saito, the Japanese athlete with sunglasses. He is the mount of horse K333.
Very interesting code names these horses have.
And he drops 1. And he almost drops 2. That was a centimetre or so from being a problem on 2. 3's clear with change, so...
He needs to give him room to make that jump. He needs to give him this space. He needs to stand up on his heels and give the horse the space it needs. It's gonna knock down, and it does again. 1 on the front foot and 1 on the back foot as he heads over 6 now. This is looking a little bit better. 2
knockdowns already for the Japanese athlete.
Yeah, the horse isn't particularly careful over these fences. So
clumsy?
Saito, a little bit clumsy, so Saito, but it can change. The situation can change if Saito does what he's
the horse
doing well
seems
now.
clumsy. He's having to really sit back on that horse. 10 just about rocks on its mounting. 7 seconds under, minus 14. I think he'll take that, Mariam.
Yeah, that's a good score considering. And Mans Pillage, by the way, shot up those rankings with that perfect score. He's currently in 12th place. He started down in 17th. So moved up 5 places just by the ride.
Chekan is the next athlete to find his way into the arena. Saito just waiting for Chekan, the mount of K368, a beautiful milk chocolate horse. Quite a small looking horse, dare I say. There he is. Long, beautiful hair. The horse as well.
Chekan has made quite the statement in semi-finals. He came in 9th, and Zhou Cheng did drop down in 10th, so it was a big sprint finish from Chekan at the end that helped him be in this position today and in this arena now.
He held his nerve really well, didn't he? So the athlete representing Ukraine, his first major final,
This is not the correct line. And there you can see.
That's what happens.
It was a bit too late to... It was almost a refusal, but gets over 3 cleanly. Opens up the reins on the left now. He needs to stay by that fence. He's really facing some issues here. This is the second knockdown, and it's damage limitation now for Chekhan as he heads over to 6A and B.
Just clear 6A and B. 2 knockdowns already for the athlete from Ukraine, and there's a rock of 7. 8 is clear. Just 7 still rocking, I think. That's very tight into 9. Is he going to make both 9A and B? No, is the answer. Even I could see that coming. 9B goes down, 10 goes down.
He moves down all the way to 16th in a split second. Your points can be an issue here. 28 points off his score. No time issue, but it's going to be tough to recover from.
272. So next in is Valentin Bello, the Frenchman. 9th in the World Cup final in Turkey a few weeks ago. First senior World Championship final as an individual. White cap.
Yeah, 2-time world champion, and is in the position to make that 3. But Valentin Bello had some issues in the shooting range. That was definitely not the case yesterday. He showed a lot of signs of improvement. He's approaching the fences with a bit of pace, it has to be said.
Yep, he's making sure he's in control of the horse here, is Bello.
It's fast, but it's controlled.
Yes.
It's not frantic, it's not all over the place. This is looking...
The rider has confidence in the horse, he says. And that's usually where a fence goes down, when we say that. 6B does indeed. And 7.
Yeah, it was a bit scrappy from over 7, but 3 more fences to go. 14 points off your score is in the end of the world. If he manages to get away cleanly over 9A and B. 1 more to go for Bello. It's a refusal.
It's a refusal.
How on earth will he be able to go back round? That is very tight.
The answer is he's struggling to go back round, and what he decided to do, he's going to break the tape and finish in 101, was he took it tight because he can have 2 refusals, right?
Yeah, he can have
at
2
the same
refusals
fence.
at the same fence, and then he moves on. It's I don't think we've ever seen a refusal on the final fence twice and then you can just pass the time gate. It was a bit odd, to be honest, but yeah, it was looking good until the end there for Bello.
Changwan Seo next in.
Yeah, Changwan Seo, we're moving into the top 9 now.
White tie as well. No proof.
Changwan Seo, a fellow Korean, has watched his teammate, as just to say that, yeah, knocked down on 1.
Changwan Seo slowly into 2, tentative into 2, and then 3 was always looking at trouble. As soon as he left 2, the horse didn't look like it fancied 3.
A bit of a kick now.
And again, it won't go
Seo.
over 3 this time. You can tell the horse just didn't fancy that. If he can get back in control of this horse, he's done very, very well. Seo. He did. Well done. Well done to him. So 2 refusals, and he's still Mariam Amur scrapping with the horse.
Yeah, the horse is, by the way, very difficult to control. He does tend to move to the right when Changwan Seo needs him to go to the left. So it's a tough ask for him. It's damage limitation now. 41 points off his score so far, and probably some more time points as well. He needs to be able to finish this course without any more mistakes. This is
competition ending. That's what that is. 7-second time penalty as well, -62. What is going on with this competition here? 238, Mariam. And you know who's going to be gutted watching this? And I know the leaders have still got to go. Those that aren't here. You know, you're looking at it thinking, look at that chance, look at that opportunity. Although, let's be fair, Miles Pillage is thinking, I'm all right, I'm happy.
He might have a chance at a medal, right?
The applause is for Shuai, the Chinese athlete.
I take applause any day, just not with the ride.
Yes, of course, yeah. Because you don't want to spook the horse.
You don't want to spook the horse, and you don't want to be going into the ride, feeling nervy. The horse does feel that as Shuelo makes its way over 1. It's nice, but it's, look at that turn. It's just too tight. The horse is extremely fast, but he does get through 2 nicely. Over 3 as well.
Wow, done well.
Yes.
It's done really, really well to get over 3. Again, it's an enthusiastic horse. 4 is clear, is 5 clear. The Oxer, indeed it is.
He's doing really well to keep that pace at bay. Pretty sure the horse went stronger and faster in the warm-up arena, and so this is there. Look at the crowd should be holding back on the clapping right now until he's done with his course. I don't think.
This is an enthusiastic horse, Mariam, but he's doing well to control it. The Chinese athlete. He's over 9A, over 9B. Can he clear 10? No. But 293, he will take.
Yeah. 293 for Shuelo. The better of the riding scores we've seen today.
Bence Demeter, the Hungarian.
Yeah, Bence Demeter again in that battle, internal battle for Hungarian Olympic qualification. He has his other 2 teammates, Chababam and Sepp, to go up against.
Love the chocolate brown uniform, by the way.
Yeah, army uniform. It was.
1 is knocked, but stays on again that turn. Martin Flack will ride. He will ride last. We don't have a reason as to
Look
why
at
that's
that recovery.
almost.
That is experience right there from Bence Demeter. He was almost going to refuse.
Yep.
He wasn't going to take that, though.
Rider in control of horse as 4 goes down.
Yeah. See as he tries to widen in that loop going into 6A and B. That's the smart move. Takes it
Done
a bit
well.
from afar, but yeah, done well over 6A and B. 7 knocks down. 8 knocks down. This is damage limitation now for Bence.
Have you seen anything like it in a World Championship final? 9B rocks, 10 is knocked down. Have we had 1 clear
Look at Miles
round?
Pillage. Miles Pillage is in 8th. Started in 17th. Now is in 8th.
272 for Bence Demeter.
I'm honestly in shock at the turn of events that keep happening throughout this competition. We've had with the women's final, Sung Sung and Blanca Guzzi with their own battle. We've had Rita Erdos coming out of nowhere, taking over Sanam Masoud right at the finish line. She actually had a trip up. But we focus now on the men. Lukas Gutowski in the arena.
Gutowski clears 1. Let's see if we can get anywhere near another clear round. That Miles Pillage of Great Britain so far, the only athlete to do, and they'll be delighted with that as 3 goes down.
Yeah, Gutowski has to bring things on now for Poland because he knows the athletes up top have really struggled with this riding course. And
That was tight in again, Mariam.
yeah, but again, to be fair, like you're trying to control you're trying to control the pace while trying to maneuver the arena, and it's a tough balance, and it is a very tough ask, to be honest. These are, by the way, different horses than we've seen with women. There's a knockdown on 10. This is nowhere near perfect for
With
Gutowski.
the women involved, Mariam, dare I say, they were a lot more graceful, they were a lot more calculated, less aggressive, and we saw better rounds.
It's difficult to make that comparison, though, because these are different horses, and so each horse needs their own specific style and needs their own specific, let's say, for one horse I'd wear spurs, for the other I won't, because it makes him go too fast and you need to control the pace. So it's very subjective. It's very hard to...
Talking of pace.
Yeah. It's Kim up next.
in, yep. And over fence 1, this horse looked like it was in a hurry, and he does as well, potentially, to not get a refusal there on 3, but it is dropped.
Pull your shoulders back now. Kim goes over 4 and 5. Really needs to hold on here and make sure that the horse is rebalanced, and it just misses out on that in 6B. 7 over 7. This is a tense ride, let's just say that.
Yep. 2 fences down so far into 9A and 9B.
Over 9A, over B, but knocked down on B, and over 10, but knocked down on 10. This competition blew wide open. Anyone from that bottom 9 has a chance of making it to the top now. This is honestly, what do you have to say about that?
272, the same as Demeter Bentz. We've had 2 athletes go around in 293, 1 athlete go around clear. It's blowing the competition wide open is what it's doing.
I don't know what to make of this competition, to be honest.
Kasper Jack next in.
Yeah, we're skipping over Marek Krič, but he will ride later on in the competition. Just skipping over him for now due to issues we're unaware of. But Kamil Kasperczak in the arena for Poland.
Kasper Jack on a grey horse, Jing Yi.
Really has an opportunity now to solidify those top 3 positions.
Marek Krič does not start. So effectively, Mariam, that ends his World Championship. Kasper Jack then starts the course, clears 1 and clears 2.
Yeah, Kasperczak making his way around.
Just a word on that withdrawal and what that's done to the competition.
Yeah, well, obviously top 5 is a very unique position after the ranking round. You want to hold on to those positions, and if suddenly somebody withdraws or is out of the competition from those top 5, then the competition is basically, that's 1 less person you have to overtake on the laser run. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that Marek Krič will not be starting. We'll find out the reasons for you later, but Kasperczak approaching his final 3.
And 9B goes down, 10 is clear.
It's a good ride.
He'll take that, Kasper Jack, and there's a fist pump of thanks. 293. 293, I think he'll take.
Yeah, definitely over for all the other rides. I think this is it seemed very composed, and job well done from Kasperczak.
Balasep is next in.
Top 2 now.
Yep.
This is where things get dicey.
And now we're going to see Vlak at some stage. We're due to see him last, but whatever the delay was and is, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But this is our 2nd place athlete, Balasep.
Yeah, went too deep into 3 there, but gets over nicely. On to 4 and 5 now for Sepp.
Bronze in the World Championship final in Egypt 2022 for the Hungarian. Turns quite neatly there. This is looking good, Mariam. But then...
yeah, just with that 1 knockdown for Sepp.
10 is clear. So 2 riders going 293 on the spin. So they're picking up as we get closer to the end. And who's going to come out now? Shababoom?
We'll find out in a moment, guys.
We will.
It's yeah, but
you can see there from the markings, Mariam. Talk us through the markings for those tight turns and what we can see.
You can see different pathways that these athletes have chosen to take in those turns. Some of them successful and some of them leading to refusals or knockdowns. So it's very interesting to see the different pathways actually. You can see some wider ones going into 6A and B, and you can see some very tight ones which I think were the ones who had issues.
Shababoom comes in. This was the athlete in first position, and it's clear to see that Kasper Jack, Sepp, and Wong Tai Jun are the benefactors so far, as is miles pillage. So keep your eyes on as, there you go. Look, that's how tight the turn is. What an angle that is, by the way. 1 into 2. Mariam, that was demonstrated perfectly, exactly how tight that is with the horse.
Yeah, he's doing well to maneuver those tight turns again, keeping his reins close to his chest and moving both hands in order to maneuver, because again, when it is tight, if you use one hand, then maybe the horse gets a little bit confused. Going into 6A and B now.
This is a good start from Shababoom, who won gold in Turkey just a few weeks back in the World Cup final, and he's clear so far. Can he clear 8? He can. So he's got 9A and B and 10 to clear, and our leader could be the second to go clear. 9A is clear, 9B is clear. It's a clear round, just, but it's a clear round for Shababoom and 300 points.
Yeah, that's bodes well for our leader. He's an incredible runner, laser runner at that. And both Hungarians, I think, are in with a chance of a medal. We've seen 2 Hungarians in the women's final. It was Blanka Guzzi and Rita Erdos in 2nd and 3rd. And yeah, Hungary, I think, are looking good for 4 medals in this competition at least.
Martin Vlak, who was due to go first, but didn't, and is now going to be the last rider on the riding course. And clears 1. Again, you can see that's the wider route, Mariam.
That is the wider route, and you can see just as he turns at the last bit, that's where the horse loses a bit of pace, and that's when you need to pick that pace up again in order to go into the next fence in the best possible form and position.
Tell us why, to the layman, that looked like kind of what, we're talking 2 or 3 feet, why that's so significant?
The turn?
Yeah, so going wide, why that's so much of a nicer line for the horse?
Okay, so if you see those lines in the middle of each fence, this is what you're aiming for. If you see that in the center, especially when it's a double, when you see both in the center, that's the correct line, and that's what the horse sees. If the horse can't see the correct line, it's gonna jump obliquely, it's gonna wing to the right, it's gonna wing to the left. So what you do in terms of positioning the horse, that is the most important thing. And look at Vlak.
By the way, that's a clear round.
300.
Martin Vlak moves up to 12th. The horse thought about going round again then, I think, but well done. You can have a rest. Jaskub, the horse, congratulations. That's a good round.
It is a good round and a good way to end the riding.
And the winners, as it were, those who will be most happy with their performance in there, Mariam?
Martin Vlak, Miles Pillage for sure. The leaders, Shababoom, Sepp. I'd say Mutaz Muhammad as well. I think he's in with a chance. Who else did well?
Jack, 293. So the top 3, between the 3 of them, knocked over 1 fence. Like, as in each. 1 fence for 293, 1 fence for 293, and Shababoom went clear. So between them, 2 fences. Impressive.
Yeah, that is very impressive. And you can see how that changes the scores.
Pillage moves 10 places.
He's in the mix now. He is in the mix.
And if you're him, what are you thinking?
If I'm him, I know I'm going to make up 20 seconds in the swim. 10 seconds in the swim, which means 20 seconds for the laser run. He's going to move up there.
It's going to be a real opportunity for the Brit from here on in. And we unfortunately had the Greach and Liebig really struggling out there and eliminated from the riding. So that pretty much puts pay to that. In fact, we know that Liebig is out. So we have the swimming to come, but let's take a look at some of the highlights from the riding. So that concludes the riding event, and it's the fencing bonus round next in for clarity. And You and I were talking about it, Mariam, so we may as well now. In fact, as we make the transition, there we go from the riding arena just over to the fencing bonus round. 2 points per win per bout. It's a one-touch épée fencing discipline. You and I were saying it just now. It's wide open. Shababoom will say, I'm all right. I'm starting first. I've just ridden a clear round. I'm looking over my shoulder. Don't worry about me. But the rest...
Yeah, so Miles would have finished the fencing ranking round in semi-finals and said that there's a pretty tough chance of him medaling. I don't think it was even in the back of his mind at this point. And now he's in the top and closing in on the top 3. So never say never in modern pentathlon, because this happens all the time, actually. Never quite as dramatic as we're seeing right now. But yeah, the athletes who are in the bottom of the order after the ranking rounds have moved up. Vlak as well. We've got an interesting competition on our hands. Changwan Seo, who was had a devastating ride, to say the least. It was around the 260 mark, was it?
238.
238. So it's not an elimination, but it effectively is the end of his competition in terms of medal positions.
And he's a finalist. Is Seo, the 27-year-old, 5th in the World Cup final in Turkey 23, 2nd in the World Cup final in Turkey 22, 8th in Turkey a few weeks ago. These are all World Cup finals. World Championship, 8th in Egypt in 21 for Seo, but he has got it all to do. All to do.
Yeah, to be realistic, I don't think it's going to be achievable for him to stand on the podium. But again, you never know.
No,
we said that, yeah. If I was making predictions before the men's finals started, I'm changing things right now. Like I have different opinions right now. This is intense, and you can see the day these athletes have had. That's Anaïs Oets from Belgium. Failed to make it to the finals, but we had a nice interview. Was a poolside with James a couple of days ago, and yeah, just reflecting back on the heat that these athletes are competing in very trying conditions.
Ice cream's the best way forward.
Yeah, Czech athletes watching over Vlak now, and you might want to get updates on what happened to Mayor Grich.
Yeah, we will try and establish as and when we can, but Grich withdrawn from the riding and withdrawn from the competition. The Czech. We'll try and establish the why if we can sort that out. If we can. And remember, an Olympic year, so we will see horses in this Olympic year once more, and that's in Paris, in Versailles. Lovely modern pentathlon poster made by that youngster. Got all the disciplines in there as well, Mariam.
Yeah, very cartoonish.
And it is a day for shade. It's a day for fans. It's a day for electric fans.
Yeah, athletes in the preparation area now, final stretching. I think everyone's in shock at this point. I don't think the competition has moved quite as everyone would have imagined it would. And I don't know, it's just like, it feels like they're staring at the nothingness. But I don't know if that makes sense.
I know what you mean, and actually with that in mind, surely it's the athletes now that see through the nothingness, to coin your phrase.
Yeah.
Those experienced ones that go, I can't influence that, they're out, that's their problem, they're out, they're safe.
But I'm talking about the athletes who are out as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
but those that are in just need to say, it's open.
That's my chance, that's my
focus.
chance.
But the athletes that are out, a few of them are just going to be kicking their swords around. Look at this youngster, look. Would you like your milk, or do you want to go and run on the mats again? Let me run. Mum, let me run. Is definitely the call from that youngster, as we see the athletes checking the electronic responses to their swords ahead of this épée final in the fencing.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go to the start of the bonus round. We will, of course, be starting in the order of the fencing ranking round results, and not taking riding into account just yet.
No, so it goes back to the ranking round that was a couple of days ago. The Koreans seem pretty chilled in there. Pretty chilled out and ready to go, as it were. A few people anxiously waiting, anticipating the fencing bonus round.
Yeah, bonus round is going to be a bit weird this time around. A lot of the athletes essentially ended their competition with either an elimination or a less than perfect ride. So some athletes will have something to play for, and other athletes will just be competing for finishing off their competition style. You can see Blanca Guzzi, who we had earlier this morning. She was the silver medalist and the vice world champion of 2024. It was a very good effort from her and almost got first. Took the ribbon from Sung Sung at the final stages of that race, but yeah, timing chip says otherwise.
Yep. Impressive nonetheless from the female athletes this morning. The representatives from Japan there as well, giving us a lovely wave. There they are. Everybody encouraged to wave, make plenty of noise.
Are they going to make a wave now?
A Mexican wave, potentially. Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to try with a Mexican wave. I think it's just going to turn into a standing wave, which we'll take. We'll take a standing wave, Zhengzhou. Well done. People watching on and enjoying the Modern Pentathlon World Championships 2024, which has been blown wide open here. Shababoom, though, in control of himself. He will fence last here. Pillage and Vlak, you would imagine, are the first two to come out, but with Vlak coming
they
out late
both have
for the horse.
perfect scores. That's the irony.
They do.
And they've moved up into the first page, so it's... I think we're all speechless at this point, but it's an opportunity for them that's not going to happen again, and they have to take charge and yeah, do something with it. Vlak and Pillage up first.
Yep.
Looking very serious as well.
Well, because they now know.
There's a chance.
Tell you what, we've got a chance here. And I'm not suggesting that if what has transpired hadn't, they would have changed their approach. They're thoroughly professional, of course, but now this is a real opportunity for these two athletes. A reminder that it's 2 points for a victory. We have inquired as to the issue with Greach, and we're trying to find out any more details we can, but such is the nature sometimes of elite athletics, that sometimes you know, sometimes you don't. So social media will be the first place that the athlete may or may not say something. Regardless, he is not in the competition thus far.
Yeah.
Vlak and Pillage then, Mariam.
Vlak pulled quite the run in the semi-finals on the bonus round piece, but Pillage is looking very aggressive and on the attack as Vlak tries to worm his way through. He has got that French blade again. Pillage trying to get... Look at that, it's a hand touch. That was... yes, some very skilled work from Vlak. I don't think I saw that coming, to be honest.
Liebig has withdrawn, as we know, so Wong Tai-jun will be next in from Korea. Thankfully made it round the riding circuit. Wong Tai-jun, the 28-year-old, takes to the piste. A one victory for Martin Vlak.
Yeah, Vlak versus Wong Tai-jun now. Wong Tai-jun taking the high line, and it is Jun with the win.
It is. 2 points to win, remember.
Yeah, Wong Tai had a 2.93 in the ride, so we'll take any points he can get, even though it is a good score. But again, he's gotten closer to the top end of things since a lot of the athletes have moved down the order.
And here comes Jean-Baptiste Moussier, a 2.64 in the ride. He needs bonus points desperately, the Frenchman.
He's going to lose some time in the pool as well, so it's a tough start to his competition. But one day it's up and one day it's down with modern pentathlon as we get underway now. Wang Tai versus Moussier. Moussier keeping the distance open. Wang Tai, I think, is going to go for a straight flush here if Moussier remains the same, but it is a thigh touch. Beautiful from Wang Tai Jun. Gets that from afar.
Two now. Moves him up into 9th position. Sato into 10th. 2 points for a win here in the fencing bonus round. And how these points shake out from here on in, they're almost more valuable than they were if it had been a normal kind of competition, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of the situation with the athletes. In comes the wonderful smile of Mumtaz Mohammed.
Yeah, Wang Tai versus Mohammed. Mohammed with a good score in the ride, putting himself in contention. The podium position finishes, and Wang Tai again trying to go in the same way and the same tactic he had with Jean-Baptiste Moussier, waiting patiently, trying to find that straight line, and it's a double touch at 15. Mumtaz Mohammed asked to, just checking his blade, making sure the angle is up to par. Here we go, Wang Tai taking that low line. I think Mumtaz Mohammed might go in for a straight flush now. It is a duck, and opening up that distance really did him well. Mumtaz moving up now in joint 10th with Sato. Very good timing from the young Egyptian.
Did well, did very well.
Yeah, really good tempo.
Saw it coming, didn't he? So Mumtaz Mohammed stays on the piste. Sato comes in, representing Japan. Sato against Mohammed. The familiar screaming yelp from the Japanese athlete.
Yeah, giving him that extra push and motivation he needs. He always does that at the beginning of any discipline, but Sato here quick on the foot. Mumtaz Mohammed I think starting to get frantic here, but it is a double touch at 17. Sato asking to adjust his blade. But Mumtaz, I think, was a little scrappy on there. I think he's gonna take those 10 seconds he has to reposition himself and rethink his plan.
Back away they go then. 2 points up for grabs for the winner. One win for Mohammed so far. Sato with the time advantage. And Mumtaz Mohammed with the quick hands secures win number 2 here, and with a riding round of 2.84, with the carnage that there was in the riding arena. Mariam Momo, this is decent from the Egyptian.
Yeah, really, since he's moved up into 8th now, so some valuable points he's gotten so far on the bonus round. You'd imagine he'd move higher up the order after the swim as well. I think it was a 1.59 he got in the semi-finals, and I think he might be going one better here.
Yeah. Chekan comes in, representing Ukraine. Big major final for him, this World Championship 2024 in Zhengzhou. And 2 wins now for Mumtaz Mohammed. Chekan, a taller individual, not taller necessarily than Mohammed, but of some of the athletes previously. So two tall guys in there, it's got to be said.
Yeah, Chekan keeping that point up, which is an interesting strategy.
Left-handed.
Left-handed, but Mumtaz Mohammed has the advantage here. He's gonna go straight. It's a pre, but I don't think it's a touch. Is it a touch? Yeah. Judge rules it's a touch. I think Chakhan's argument here is that Mutaz gave his back to his opponent. I think for a second there I thought that as well, but
Chakhan having a chat with the judge there. Official. He was asking questions for sure.
Valentin Bello up next from France.
So Mohamed now with 3 wins.
Yeah.
Frenchman looking to get his first win, but Mohamed certainly with the wind in his sails here with 3, down in half the time. Time advantage with Bello. A left-hander as well, another left-hander for the Egyptian to take.
And Bello goes for the flush.
He cannot.
Yeah, again, good tempo from Bello and the round of Mutaz Mohamed. But Mutaz has moved up the order, and it's pretty significant, the move. He's moved up into 8th now, getting closer to those top 7 athletes. You'd have to be not watching this competition to say that Mutaz doesn't have a chance at podium finishes.
Jungwon Seo then onto the piste for Korea. Jungwon Seo with a ride of 2.38. A struggle for sure. There looks to be a problem on the piste here, Mariam.
Yeah, that's why they check the electronics beforehand, but sometimes stuff like this do happen, so it's just going to take some time now to adjust it, and hopefully we get underway soon.
Mariam frantically checking the UIPM leaderboard at the moment on the app, refreshing constantly because it does change constantly, and the app's kept up to date brilliantly. Seo is struggling, Mariam, looking at that leaderboard.
Yeah, he's in 16th place now, and not even in with the chance of fighting his way to the top, to be honest. He's almost a minute and a half away from 3rd place.
Really? A minute and a half from 3rd. So, as the electronics are fixed, and you get that lovely backdrop of the city of Zhengzhou in behind the stadium here. Bello and Seo to take each other on here.
Seo versus Bello. These athletes again on the bottom end of things when it comes to this final. Seo looking for the highline. He wants to take an octave, I believe. Bello is trying to distract him above and below his own blade, trying to go for a first touch potentially, sorry. And yeah, pushing Seo to the back of the piece now. Seo again looking for the blade. Will Bello make a move now? He's gonna go for a flash, but it is Seo with the remise. It's supreme into Bello. It's a good touch from Seo. Doesn't really do anything to his score, but again, a good touch from him.
And I'm going to let you guess who's next in. The Chinese athlete receives a rapturous round of applause. Shuai. A wonderful ovation for the Chinese athlete. 2.93 for his ride. He's in with a chance.
Yeah, he's
on the laser run.
On the laser run, don't rule Shuai out.
It is wide open, this men's final here in the World Championships 2024. So Shuai comes in to take on Jungwon Seo. Seo with the 1 win, and it could be a quick one here. Nope.
Touch. It was Zhengzhou was going for that risky flush at the start of the bout, was unsuccessful. 25 seconds on the clock. Luo is a tall guy, as you can see, with that French grip as well. Someone's going to have to fight hard here if he is to go for a straight touch. It has to be in perfect distance, and he does. Look at that distance. That was insane tempo from Changguan Seo. As Luo was taking a step forward to entice his opponent, Seo went for that flush right away. You can see it in the replays in a moment's time now. Look at that. Beautiful touch from Seo as Luo tried to counter it, wasn't able to. Didn't have enough distance.
Committed to it, didn't he?
He did.
Gets a round of applause from the crowd. That's going to help him in the later run, you know, the crowd support.
Yeah, definitely. There's always something about a home competition that just hits different for these athletes. Bence Demeter up next now from Hungary.
Yeah, Bence with a 2.72 ride.
Yeah, he's currently in 8th place.
Zhengzhou Seo now with 2 wins. Demeter of Hungary.
Yeah, seems to be relying on his back foot a little bit. Footwork isn't that frantic on the piece, and we know the Koreans could be fast, and that could be a problem for Demeter, but it isn't today. Demeter with the win stops Seo at 2.
Yeah, Bence Demeter, as he walks away, you know, looks like he's just carrying something, there looks like there might be a little bit of a limp. I hope not for the Hungarian, but these athletes have put themselves through it, that's for sure. So Bence Demeter with a win. Gutowski of Poland. Gutowski comes in.
Nerves are building at this stage. Final competition, final event of this season ahead of the Olympic Games, and we're getting surprises left and right.
Talking of Olympic Games, Gutowski 12th in the Olympic final, made the Olympic final in 2020, 12th position, an Olympian.
So Gutowski from Poland versus Demeter from Hungary now.
Demeter and Gutowski going head to head, and that's a quick win for Gutowski. So the competition continues, and a bit of success there, Marion, for Gutowski.
Yeah, relishing in that victory. His first bout, on the bonus round. We're getting into the top 5 now from the ranking round. Not necessarily the top 5 of the competition after that ride, but Sungjin Kim of Korea making his way up now. He's currently at 6th place in the overall standings.
So Sungjin Kim onto the piste. 16th in the World Championship final some years ago in China in 2010. So when it's held in China, finalist and certainly active for Kim, and takes the victory there, Mariam.
Yeah, for Kim, it's well, his footwork is pretty interesting because he either takes one step to the front and then one step to the back, or it's either 2-2. His tempo is pretty bang on. It's very calculated, and I think it's pretty nice to watch that. And you can see after he took that 2 steps back, he was able to go for that duck seamlessly, given that he did open up the distance.
So Marek Griech is starting. Well, our apologies. The information we had was that he'd withdrawn from the competition, but it would seem not. Although he didn't take part in the riding, right?
Yeah, he didn't take part in the riding, but he can't. It's like an elimination then. He can't continue on the competition. I'm not really sure why he didn't compete in the ride. We'll ask for that later, but he is part of the competition now.
Greach then taking on Kim with 1 win. This men's final is a little bit all over the place. There's things happening already, and we're not even into the laser run.
Yeah.
And wait for that. As the victory goes to Kim.
Yeah, Kim moves up now into 5th place and actually joined 5th with Gutowski. Those athletes up top are pretty close together. The gaps are basically nothing at this point.
So the leaderboard, as it looks, Kasper Jack is next in. Shababoom, Balash Sepp, Kasper Jack are those really pushing away. Schweilo up to 4th.
Yeah, and only 10 seconds off of bronze.
It's really upside down, isn't it, this leaderboard?
It is. And promises to be an exciting laser run.
I've still got
for
the
all
swim.
of you watching. Yeah, swim's going to change things up. I'm guaranteeing, you know, Mutaz is going to move up. Sepp might increase his lead. Chababum is going to increase his lead. Miles Pillage is going to move up the order. This is far from done.
Look forward to it. Stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for joining us on UIPM TV and YouTube as well. Being streamed on YouTube as well from Zhengzhou. As 2 wins for Kim. Kasper Jack looking to try and get on the front foot, and it's a double touch, and almost Kasper Jack taking a tumble there.
Yeah, walking it off.
Did well.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that that pistol hand is okay. How long left? 17 on the clock.
Kasper Jack now going for the attack. Not sure why though. Kim has.
Kasper Jack takes another tumble.
And Kasper Jack with the advantage, by the way, time advantage with Kasper Jack.
9.9 seconds to go.
And Kasper Jack leaning on his back foot now. He's starting to go into the danger zone,
space.
2 meter mark. If he does move back behind that blue box, it's going to be an automatic touch to Kim, but it's 4 seconds on the clock.
And he needs to get on the front foot, which he has not done. But he takes the win, Kasper Jack. Whatever that tactic was, Mariam, it worked.
Yeah, he was backed into a corner. Kim found it a good opportunity to attack, but Kasper Jack was extremely sharp-eyed, waiting for that blade to go straight into his chest, and it's a counter 8 or an octave into Kim.
So we are nearing the end of the fencing bonus round. Balash Sepp should be the next athlete in, but with this competition, I have no idea. Anyone. Ahmed could come in for all I know. I have no idea. No, he's withdrawn, everybody. That's not going to happen. It was an attempt at a poor joke. But Kasper Jack with 1 win. Balash Sepp next in.
Yeah, Balash Sepp again with a really good chance of medaling at this competition. Kasper Jack trying to increase his chances a little bit along this bonus round, but Sepp gets a touch right away. It's a counter 4.
Nobody's really getting a lot of momentum in this bonus round, are they?
No.
I think the best we've had is 3 from Mutaz Mohammed on the spin, so that'll be 6 points for him. But Shababoom, our leader, will come in, and you can't at the minute look any further than the Hungarian Shababoom. We saw him in Ankara. He was imperious.
Yeah, he was. If he manages to pull off another gold here, I think that would be monumental. I mean, finishing gold in World Cup final, securing your spot, but then double securing it with a gold at World Championship, let alone being the world champion of this year, is it's a humongous achievement, and something I think he's very capable of at this point. Sepp versus Boom. It's an all-Hungarian affair now. Final bout.
4 points in it for Shababoom if he were able to get the touch here within these 20 seconds. Balash Sepp with 1 win would like for himself. It's 2 currently, and Shababoom does indeed get the touch. 4 points to Shababoom. And we get to have a look at what that does to the shakedown of the table. Kasper Jack in 3rd, Schweilo in 4th. And we'll have a look at that table in a little more detail in a few moments' time. But well done to Shababoom, gets 4 points for his 1 and only bonus round win. Well done to him. It was Sepp and Shababoom. So a little bit of time before we move on to the swim Mariam Amur. We'll have a look at the leaderboard in a few moments' time. But your thoughts and reflections on the bonus round?
Yeah, not considerably. No big movers on bonus round. I think everyone stayed kind of the same. Maybe moved up and down 1 or 2 seconds.
This is the important bit. There you go. So there are the differences. Pick the bones out of that one for us then, Mariam. We'll stay with this for a moment or two so we can really digest it. Yeah,
Chababum, Balash, Sepp have strong swim, so I think maybe they'll extend their lead after that swim. Depends on how their tactics going to be. Kim and Mutaz Mohammed as well in with a chance. Vlak, don't rule out Vlak. You know how fast he is on track, and he's not too far off of those top 9 and definitely the top 3. I mean, he's one of the strongest and fastest runners on course. Merrick Reach, of course, with that DNS in the ride, but not really in contention.
No, it stays in it, and Liebig has withdrawn. He's not going to have a very happy birthday on Tuesday. Let's look back then, shall we, on the bonus round highlights. So that is the fencing bonus round complete here in Zhengzhou, and our athletes make a move from the piste. As you can see, the roof slowly and gently coming down. The protective roof on the piste to keep all of the equipment and electronics nice and safe. But the move over to the pool, a 25-meter pool here in Zhengzhou with a wonderful backdrop, and 2.5 minutes is the time for 250 points. And we're going to get a list very soon of our heats for this particular part of the competition, Mariam. But
yeah, we can kind of predict though who's going to be where. But yeah, as always, we have 3 heats, 6 athletes in each heat. Fabian Liebig is out of the competition, so we'll have 5 athletes in the first heat, featuring Merrick Reach, Chang Wan-se, Jean-Baptiste Morsier, Valentin Belot, and Chekan. And then we move on to the mid-pack. We have Vlak, Sato, Jun, Demeter, and Pillage, as well as Mutaz Mohammed. And then we have the top 6, Chaba, Bum, Balash, Sepp, Kamil Kasperczak, Shuailo, Sunjin, Kim, and Lucas Gutowski.
You can see the athletes just preparing for the swim.
It's a lot cooler now. It's
a bit of cuddle time as well. James Andadakis is poolside with some reaction for us.
And thanks, Mariam. Yeah, we're joined by Todo Mikhalev, Bulgarian athlete. Well, firstly, Todo, obviously we're about to build up to the start of the swimming. We'd rather you were in the final, so commiserations that you didn't quite make it. But it's looking pretty good for your ticket for Paris. You've got keen eyes on Chekan, because if he finishes inside the top 9, it will push you a position down the rankings, won't it?
Yeah, for sure. But again, 12th place is good for me because, again, I have a place in the Olympics.
Talk to us about your competition so far. I mean, obviously it wasn't the ideal ending for you, but still, I'm sure, valuable experience and putting you in a good position heading into the Olympic Games.
Yeah, my fencing was not pretty good at the final, but I managed in the qualifications to qualify for the semi-final, and after that I did a very good swimming. My shooting was not that lucky one, but yeah, I'm happy that I compete for the first time in the semi-finals. I'd never been in the semi-finals before.
Congratulations on a good result. Semi-finals for World Championship is an incredible achievement. You mentioned about your swimming going well and your shooting not going so well. Obviously, we're building up to swimming now. How much of an impact on shooting can swimming have? Because we know how much of an impact it can have on running, but does it affect your shooting if you go too hard in the pool?
No, just a little bit of nervous and pressure, I mean, inside me, because I wanted to do faster to go out from the shooting range, and that's make it worse. So yeah, I will manage it for the next competitions and I will do better.
Just reflecting on the competition we've got going on behind us now, the two Hungarians, Shababoom and Balastepa, at the top of their game. They're both competing very well, aren't they? What are you expecting to see from them for the rest of the competition?
Yeah, I'm expecting for them both to be gold and silver, but I'm for Chabi, so good luck to Chabi.
Your coach Alex is watching behind us. How much of an influence has he been on you? He travels around the world with you, doesn't he? Helping you out, supporting you. He's been a good influence for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's supporting me very well, and I'm happy about it.
All right, well, listen, it's nice to talk to you. Good luck in Paris, and yeah, I'm sure you're going to enjoy the swimming with the rest of us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So a bit of reaction there, Mariam, as our athletes prepare for the swim. And who's in the driving seat at this stage?
Driving seat as in who's going to win a medal? Or?
No, who's in the driving seat in this discipline? Who's going to come out of the pool
happy?
In good stead?
Pillage, Mutaz, Chababum, Balashep. Who else is looking good? Sunjung Kim is looking good as well. Chekan, but Chekan is again at the bottom of things, so might be an issue. Let's take a look at Martin Vlack. Might be facing some issues with the swim. Might move back a couple of places. Not the strongest of swims, but again, not a devastatingly slow swim. So it's, yeah, a couple of athletes will be moving here and there, considering that the gaps are quite small at this stage.
Yep, as our officials prepare to enter the swimming arena. They've done a tremendous job as well, and I know we said it, I think we said it yesterday, Mariam, but allow me, please, the room to say, you'll see some on the left-hand side of your screen there, you'll see some seated volunteers in the blue and white shirts as we see the start list for Heat 1. A huge nod of admiration and respect to all of our volunteers who are here and have been outstanding here in the laser run and the modern pentathlon here in Zhengzhou. They've been brilliant for athletes, for spectators, for coaches, for us. So a huge thanks of gratitude to our volunteers, Mariam.
Yeah, incredible organization from the LOC and everyone involved in taking part of this competition. And yeah, it's been a fantastic venue for both the laser run and the senior pentathlon world champs.
Yeah, I remember the Olympic Games in London in 2012. The games makers, we called them, our volunteers. They were actually the heroes. Like, people were talking for months about the impact of the games makers, and it's what sport's about, isn't it? It's so many people make the event, make the athletes, as we can see our swimmers preparing for their swim. Of course, Liebig will not take part in lane 6 here. So Chekan and Mariam, I think, is about to look at the leaderboard at where Chekan is again, because
Chekan, I think, is in 13th place now.
You're not writing him off though, are you?
I'm not writing anyone off at this point. I'm not sure what to predict or what to expect at this stage. These athletes are pulling surprises out of their hats at this point. But Bello out next, who I thought as well, who could be in with a chance of medaling here now in the bottom of the order after the ride.
No footwear. That's how much cooler it is. Just incidentally as well, regarding the places this morning, we can now say that all 3 medalists won direct qualification quota places for Paris 2024 in the women's event this morning. Hungary already had 1, the maximum is 2. It'll be up to them to decide which 2 of the quota places that they accept. 2, you would imagine.
They have 2 quota places and 4 athletes competing for them.
And unofficially, we believe that Prokopenko's moved into the top 36 as well, based on the 5th place in the final. Hungary's first quota place was Gulyás at the European Games in 2023.
Yeah, a lot to this side as we look over to heat number 1 now. The first of 3 swimming heats of this men's final. We have Chekan in lane number 1, Bello swimming in lane number 2, Morcia in 3, Changwon-seo in 4, Merrick Reach in 5, and no one is going to be swimming in lane number 6. Fabian Liebig has withdrawn from the competition.
These are testing conditions, but they are, say it quietly, easier conditions. Looking at the tail of the tape, you would imagine that lanes 1 and 5 will be quickest. And in they go, and you can see instantly from lane 1, Chekan already pulls out a few inches lead from that start. A successful start for the athlete nearest your picture, but also in lane 4, Changwon Seo's got off to a good start from Korea.
This is looking like a fast 50 meters from these boys as they head over to the wall now. We'll see the split times, but I think it's Changwon Seo and Chekan pretty neck and neck. Seo, I think, is going to turn on the wall, pretty bang on, 0.09 between the both of them. And
not
Bello,
a great deal.
Not a great deal, no. And Bello now trailing behind them in third.
Bello, you know, is an outside shot. Bello's ride and fencing. What will his swim provide? But Chekan and Changwon Seo, the two leading. Again, it's against the clock. Remember, 2:30, as you can see from our aerial shot, how close they are. Certainly, Chekan, according to the timing gates, pulled out a 0.8 of a second lead.
Just under the minute mark for the first 100 meters now.
And in third place,
seems to be
Bello in lane 2.
It seems to be taking it easy on the kicks. Starts out after that push well, but then kind of dissipates into more of a arm work in action at the end of the 25 meters, which I'm intrigued by.
So 1:30 at the turn. Next time they touch that wall, that will be it. Second and a half now. Changwon Seo is behind. So a turn in towards the finish, and let's check the time, shall we? As Chekan looks to be winning this heat at a relative canter. I think he's drawn out a couple of seconds potentially there to the Korean athlete Changwon Seo. And 2:01.13, indeed it is 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2:03 for Seo. And Bello 7 seconds behind that, so a 2:08 for Bello, not the best of swims.
And Greach, who we know is effectively out of the competition, finishes in a considerable way behind. But these athletes now get opportunity to prepare themselves for the laser run. Chekan, on paper, was the quickest, and in the water was the quickest. Good, effective legs underwater from the block start from the Ukrainian. He looked good, Mariam.
Yeah, he looks good, and honestly, after that battle he had with Chung in the last lap in semi-finals, you'd imagine he'd want this more and want to prove his stance more as an athlete and as a finalist in this competition.
So that's the leaderboard at the moment, but we, with the utmost respect, won't dwell on it particularly because we've still got Heat 2 and Heat 3. Heat 2 is going to be a fascinating one for me, you know. Mutaz Mohammed, qualification time was under 2 minutes. Miles Pillage's qualification time was 5.5 seconds under 2 minutes. 1:54.62. At the turn as well, I remember his first 100 was 56. He was clocking at 1:48. He obviously backed off a little bit. Here is Mutaz Mohammed, the Egyptian. Like a boxer loosening up. Miles Pillage has got his packed lunch on his back, look. Maybe a sandwich in there. Just a drink, isn't it? But maybe his diary's journaling on the start blocks. Bent Demeter looks somewhat forlorn. Just missing something. Jun makes his way. Sato of Japan will be next in.
Sato, listen for that shout at the blocks right before the start from Sato.
And Martin Vlack, who got a win in the bonus round and got a clearance in the riding, is in a mix. Whether it's the mix or not remains to be seen, but certainly in a mix.
These are the chasers for today's men's final. They will be seeing a change of standings right after the swimming. We have the likes of Miles Pillage and Mumtaz Mohammed, who we believe will be moving up the rankings.
It'll be interesting to see. Expect Miles Pillage to put the hammer down here from lane number 2. We all know where that scream came from. It was Sato in 5, undoubtedly, and lane 2, Miles Pillage already.
Look at that
half a body length.
underwater. Look at that.
He's a fish. I expect him to have a go here.
I think it's going to be a similar time to qualification time, 1:54 maybe.
Yeah.
But the athletes aren't too far behind. I think Mumtaz is trying to keep pace with them. It's going to be difficult to keep pace with a guy like Miles Pillage. It has to be said, his pace is insane in the water.
He's just built like an ox.
Look at that.
He's
first 50
so
meters.
strong.
26 seconds. Mumtaz Mohammed 27 and Joe Muktai in 3rd, but close by. But Miles Pillage is really pulling away here. Mumtaz Mohammed, I think, is doing a really good job of keeping by him. And Joe Muktai on the far left of your screen, you can see there from that aerial shot.
Miles Pillage, a Plymouth-born boy, doing particularly well down by the coast.
56 seconds is put time for the first 100 meters. This is a strong, quick time from him.
It was the same as his semi-final, actually. So Miles Pillage, is he going to put the same effort into the second 100 as he did in the semi-final? As he backed off a little bit, Mariam, we saw that. And he looks like
his pace is still up. It is still up.
It's still quick.
It is still quick. I think somewhere between a 1:55, 1:56 is where he's aiming for. Not necessarily 1:54. That took a lot of effort out from those shoulders heading into the laser. Mumtaz Mohammed, by the way, is closing in now. Has Miles Pillage backed away from that 1:54? He was swimming in the qualification time. Final few meters now. I think it's going to be Miles Pillage who touches the wall first. It's a 1:57 and a 1:57 as well for Mumtaz Mohammed. I think that's might be his personal best. Mumtaz Mohammed.
He'll take a 1:57, I think, Miles Pillage. With shoulders like that, I'm not surprised. He can carry me and you to the train station on those shoulders. So Miles Pillage of Plymouth, England, doing particularly well in the water, and we'll see what it does in the shakedown of the leaderboard after the final heat. But I think huge credit goes to Mumtaz Mohammed, actually.
Yeah, what was his? I think his qualification time was 1:59, and I don't think he's ever gotten a 1:57 in his life. That might be a personal best for Mumtaz Mohammed. And considering the level in this competition, I think that was something he was hoping for, and you can see just 1 second separating the two now.
Yep. Of course, we have our leaders still to go, so that leaderboard will be changed ever so slightly ahead of the third one.
Yeah, our leaders, Bum, Sepp, and Kasper Chak to come in the final heat, as well as Shuailo, Sunjung Kim, and Lucas Kotowski. You can see those names up on your screen, lanes 1 through 6.
Just to reconfirm about Prokopenko, that unofficially the individual neutral athlete Prokopenko, we believe, has done enough to qualify for Paris 2024 through the Olympic World Ranking. That's thanks to her 5th place this morning. That's our understanding at the moment. But again,
Chababum out in lane number 1 for Hungary.
And it's almost getting acceptable temperature here. The laser run will be an interesting one. Kasper Jack with that familiar pink cap.
And Kasper Chak with that bronze in World Cup in Cairo. Yeah, but under a lot of pressure from the athletes behind. Shuailo, swimming in lane number 4 from China, hearing that big cheer from the crowd.
Songjin Kim. And finally, Kotowski of Poland. making his way. So this heat number 3 then, in the men's final of the World Championships 2024. It's been a long week for our athletes. It's been a long week for everybody.
Yeah.
But we're almost there.
Yeah, final push. One final push to the finish line now for this season, this 2024 Olympic season that has tried our athletes in every which way, and they've risen up to the challenge, and it's incredible to see that they've reached that point in their careers where they're fighting very aggressively for points now. Qualifications up for grabs. Heat number 3, final heat, final swimming heat for the men's final today.
There's some noise down there. And they break collectively for heat number 3, the final of our heats in this men's final of the World Pentathlon World Championships. And again, looking at the tape, Shababoom and Songjin Kim qualified in a similar time.
Yeah,
Butovsky's got out well. Shababoom, though, in lane number 1 is looking to catch. He's in 3rd position at the moment, but Kim, 2nd, I beg your pardon, Boom and Butovsky in 3rd. So the first heat was 2:01, a winning time. The second heat was a 1:57. What will the 3rd heat be? And this all ahead of what will be an enthralling laser run, so don't miss a trick here on UIPM TV. Myself, my name's Ian Stringer, commentator for this particular series. Mariam Amur next to me, former athlete, will talk you through the runners and riders and how it's going to play out following this 3rd heat.
Yeah, it's looking like Kim is the stronger one of this heat still. 75 meters to go for this heat, but he is looking good in that lane number 5.
Yep, for Kim of Korea.
Yeah, the white cap. Shababoom is doing well to keep pace. Can Kim keep up the pace? That's the question. Shababoom does have the stronger seat time, but maybe Shababoom is leaving a bit in the tank. We have Laser Rod to come up, and we all know that's going to be a battle.
Yeah, he's tight to the lane marker as well, Shababoom. But he's in 2nd place at the moment. Kim
25 now.
Kim in 1st.
It's a sprint finish from all these athletes now, trying to get the best time in.
Yeah, there's a sub 2:30, which is never a problem. It's going to be a 2 minutes for Kim.
It's actually going to be 2 minutes as well for Shababoom. It was a 2:99.
Was it? So that's the 2nd. Helps. So Shababoom 2nd, Kim in 1st.
Yes, also within a good time.
Some of our athletes warming up for the laser run already. Our athletes getting out of the pool for the final heats. Try and get a little bit of reaction if we can. Do our best between the swim and the laser run. But Mariam, who comes out of the pool happiest?
Mutaz and Miles, for sure. Kim and I want to say Chaba. I don't think he gave it his all, to be honest. I think that was more of a strategic move. He has everything to do on the laser run course, and so maybe pushing that much isn't the best of ideas. And they are in heat number 3 as well, so it's a bit of a shorter recovery time for those athletes in the lead.
Just having a quick look at the leaderboard. We'll put the graphic up on our screen very, very soon, but it's a big lead. There you go. Right, let's spend a bit of time having a look at this then, shall we? Mariam Amur, Shababoom's to lose.
20 seconds the lead. It's hard to look by Shababoom for gold at this point.
Yeah.
Seb is looking good, but just 1 second behind them is Kasperchuk, and then things are pretty fast after. Oh, it's 9 seconds, the gap between 2nd and 3rd, but then things get a bit more congested. 5 seconds behind is Pillage, and then 1 second behind Pillage is going to be Mutaz, and look at that, all the way down to 9th. From that 3rd spot are separated by 16 seconds.
That's not a great deal. Onto the 2nd page we go. You don't write off too many. Sato.
Yeah.
Chekan, I think, still in it.
Vlak maybe, although he has a lot to make up for.
I think Demeter's going to struggle looking at his gait, I'm afraid. He looks like he's looks like he might be carrying a bit of a knock, but we'll see. So where do you take that down to, Mariam? Do you think Sato's got a possibility of medaling?
Vlak, maybe Vlak.
Yeah?
Yeah, never rule out Vlak in 13th.
Bello at 7.76 in 14th will be a struggle, but we'll. It's an interesting shakedown, but that one thing's for sure. Shababoom is the person in the driving seat, the man in the driving seat after cruising his swimming, and here's some of the highlights from the pool. That is the swimming concluded. And
things are coming to an end here.
They are!
Yeah, it's kind of sad, bittersweet, but yeah, we're excited to crown a new world champion in the men's division.
And it's going to be?
Up to chance.
Yeah. It's probably going to be Shababoom. He won the World Cup, and this is a runner's view, athlete's view of the course, as kindly recorded by Patrick Dogg for us. We asked him to visit the range on his first lap. Of course, our athletes today will do a lap without their pistol first and come in on their second lap, but that's how far away, and that's how small the targets are as well, by the way. It's deceiving when you see them.
At a 10-meter distance,
it's a long way.
It is a long way.
But well done to Patrick, just showing off and getting them all done in one go. That tight turn, right turn into the riding arena is tight. We saw Joseph Chung really put plenty of effort rounding it in his semi-final yesterday, digging into the sand, the equestrian sand. This is a tight one, but we saw this morning, this was where Song and Guzi were scrapping it out on their final lap. There were no high fives for them this morning, that's for sure. And they're testing the starting hooter.
Yeah, it didn't work for the women's final this morning, so just checking everything's in order, but yeah, it's a very quick course indeed. Some quick times I think we'll see today, especially with the men's.
First across the line wins it. And actually, Mariam, you and I walked it this morning, and I know people will think I've got an obsession with running footwear, which you look at my bank balance, you will confirm that I do. But a lot of the course is track, but actually the area just outside of the riding and before the riding, the green, you'll see it in one of our shots in a few moments' time. It's an artificial surface. For spikes, it's not great.
Well, it is an artificial surface, but I think what's underneath? Track? If it's track underneath, then
no.
I don't think
No, it's not track. It'll be some wood to hold the surface, because that'll be field for javelin and anything else that happens.
So maybe a tricky part of the course. And actually, I think Guzi's tripped up on that section of the course this morning.
Correct. So we can see Miles Pillage warming up down in front of us. And on your screens, Chekan as well.
Yeah, so just taking a look back at that leaderboard again. Shababoom, 20 seconds in the lead. Can anything go wrong that can make a dent into that? I don't think so.
No.
I think Chaba's in good form. He has the mental toughness to back that up. And you can see the focus in his eyes now. This is a crucial 10 minutes for him. This is insane for his career. A bit shaky there. Maybe some lactic acid from the swim that needs to be shaken down.
Strength in his forearms. Mutaz taking on some energy gels. In they go. They're essentially sugar.
Straight carbs, that's what you need.
Yep. Glycogen.
Replenishing your
in it goes.
Stores, yeah. But yeah, athletes at their range now. Any minor tweaks can be done at this time. You can see Changwan Seo.
Yeah, needs to get in the gym, doesn't he?
A bit out of shape.
That's what I look like on my morning run. Thank you. Need to agree, a bit harsh. But you can see our athletes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right, don't you worry, don't you worry. Get in there.
Changwan Seo, Changwan Seo.
Go on.
But anyways, yeah, Changwan Seo is currently is in 15th, a minute and a half behind. I think that's too much to make up, to be honest.
Yeah.
But again, ranking points are still a factor here. So the higher up they finish in the order, the more qualification points they get added to their name. And at this stage, this is the final stage. There is no other opportunity for them to do that. So they will be fighting separate battles in across this field.
The vest of, I think that's Balash Sepp, with the vest ready to go. Many of our athletes choosing to put it on late, as a bit of superstition will go on there as well. Putting it on at a certain time, visiting the range a certain number of times. Superstitious individuals are athletes, that's for sure. 9 minutes before the start of this men's World Championship final laser run, James Zanadakis is trackside with some preview for us.
Well, hello once again, Elodie. We are picking you to talk to us before the start of laser on once again because you're such an experienced athlete. You give such good insight, so thank you for joining us. I mean, this is where what it all comes down to, isn't it? The laser run, what's going to be going through these athletes' minds at the moment, because it's a crazy time for them, isn't it?
Salut la France. Oui, c'est vraiment là, c'est le stress commence à monter, il y a la pression qui monte. Après voilà, je pense que c'est pareil pour tous les athlètes, tout le monde a envie de se qualifier au jeu, c'est le sport. Peu importe, je dis l'issue au final ce qui va arriver, je me dis que tout le monde va donner le maximum et c'est ça qui va être beau, on va voir tout le monde à son meilleur et c'est ça qui est beau dans le sport. Donc voilà, j'ai une petite pensée pour Val forcément, mais j'encourage tous les autres garçons et je me dis voilà, c'est un sport magnifique, donc ça va être beau, ça va être beau.
A lot of attention on this battle on the top 5 specifically. Shababoom is 20 seconds ahead of Balash Sepp. He's in fantastic form. Is anybody going to catch Shababoom from that position, do you think?
Ah oui, je pense que sincèrement aujourd'hui pour lui ça va être il va falloir qu'il le fasse, mais il va falloir qu'il reste concentré sur lui et sinon je pense qu'il y a moyen qu'il fasse champion du monde aujourd'hui.
What about this battle for third place? Kamil Kasperczak, Miles Pillage and Multaz Mohammed separated by just 6 points. That's going to be a crazy battle, isn't it?
Je pense que là, ouais, c'est vraiment très serré. Après, je pense que voilà, tant que c'est pas fini, tant que la ligne n'est pas passée, il peut tout se passer. Après, je mets une petite pièce quand même sur Multaz.
All right, listen, we're going to enjoy it. Thank you for your time.
Merci beaucoup et j'embrasse toute la France, tous ceux qui regardent, tous les Français, je vous embrasse. Ciao.
Merci beaucoup, Elodie. Au revoir.
Merci.
Elodie Clouvel there, saying something. I have no idea what, because we didn't have an interpreter and she chose to do it in French.
So
We'd normally pick the bones out of what she said and talk about that with some of the athletes in mind, but cannot do that. But we can focus on the 2 athletes for gold and silver at the moment. They are Balash Sepp and Shababoom. And in fact, Mariam, we're going to look at some of the statistics for those athletes.
yeah, Balash Sepp with a couple of medals at World Championship level already. I think that was youth and junior, and got 3 medals, 1 silver and 2 bronze at World Cup levels. He's making his way slowly but surely in the senior scene. 1% below average in the fence, but above average in everything else. You can see 1% above average in the swim and 5% in the laser run, which is the equation you want when you're in second place.
Yeah, and with that in mind, we will now see Balash Sepp's start and finish rankings. This is a fascinating graphic. Starting in 9th, finishing in 7th in Ankara just a few weeks ago. 18th and 18th in Sofia.
I think that was an elimination, so there was no chance of him moving up.
13th to 2nd and 9th to 7th. The short version of that story for Balash Sepp is he moves up, but can he move up today and overtake his fellow Hungarian countryman Shababoom? I think that is too much to ask. I remember watching Shababoom in Turkey just a couple of weeks ago, Mariam, and he was just untouchable. He never looked like he was going to falter from winning.
Yeah, but at this stage, to be honest,
And with what's
I'm
happened,
not ruling anything
Yeah.
out at this. They're both incredible athletes, and maybe that adds to the pressure. First of all, competing with a fellow Hungarian against a fellow Hungarian for gold and silver. That's nervy going into the shoot, especially.
Yep. So Shababoom, our athlete that will have a 20-second lead going into the start of this laser run for the World Championship finals for the men. And Shababoom just warming up as we have just a few minutes until the start of the laser run here. Let's have a look in a little more detail, shall we, at Shababoom, who already is blessed with gold in the World Cup final in Turkey a few weeks ago. World Cup final bronze in Turkey in 22, 7th in the World Champs in Bath last year. But when he leads, he likes to lead, that's for sure. Look at all of his stats there, Mariam. 3% up in the fencing and 4 in the other 2 areas that we quantify.
Yeah, so at this stage, when you're in first, if you're in the top percentile when it comes to laser run, that's the optimum position you want to be in, and you can see in terms of handicap analysis.
And if you're in opposition, if you're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, if you knew this graphic, if you knew these stats, you think, he doesn't. Number 1, he doesn't let it go. Number 2, when he's behind, he makes it up.
Yeah, true. It's he's a tough opponent to get by, and if he starts on top, you have to favor him to finish on top as well.
Well, we'll follow him, we'll follow his progress, and we'll follow the stories here on UIPM TV here in Zhengzhou, and make sure that we bring you all the action, which is imminent here. The men's laser run final will get underway very, very soon. Mutaz's father has flown all the way from Egypt yesterday when he heard that his son had qualified.
Yeah, he's in the stands now. So athletes preparing for the start of the laser run. You can see Shuelo
Sensible.
asking the crowd
Sensible.
for a big cheer.
Yeah, get behind me, cheer me on.
He needs that.
Yeah.
And crowd are definitely on his side here in Zhengzhou.
Can he medal? 42 seconds behind the leader.
How many athletes are in this final? 18. Any one of them can medal, let's just say that. Except for the 2 athletes who have been are out of the running.
Again, with what's happened today, I'd even put Liebig down to take gold. But,
but realistically speaking,
yeah,
you
realistically,
have
of the 16.
Yeah, top 2, I think Bum and Chep look good.
Yeah.
Unless the shooting goes sideways. But Kasper Chak also in the mix. Not sure if he can keep pace, though, with those 2. Miles Pillage and Mutaz Mohammed, you have to... I think Mutaz Mohammed's going to make a run for it.
Yeah. I can see, if there's a story out there for me with what's going on with the Egyptian team, with who's going to get the places, who's not going to get the places, Mohammed being the only Egyptian in the final, he knows how much of an opportunity this is for him. He's well aware.
Yeah. We're a few minutes away from the laser run of this season, the final laser run for men's final. Athletes are making their way to the start-finish line now. And yeah, we're 10 minutes short of a champion here.
As our athletes take a look at their lead, who's behind them, who's in front of them. Bello getting ready there. Elodie Clouvel, his partner, of course, encouraging and hoping that he'll have a level of success. And that's Bent Demeter. Keep a close eye on him. We'll see. He looked like he was carrying something, Mariam. Maybe I study athletes' gait too much, maybe, but don't miss a great deal, I've got to say.
Yeah, hopefully everything is
yes,
just the way he likes it.
Yes, let's hope so.
Ahead of this laser run, who I think I'm more nervous than the athletes at this point.
There is your leader from the gun as we have a minute to go. Shababoom will take a 20-second lead into the start of the laser run for the World Championship Finals 2024 here in Zhengzhou. 20 seconds for the Hungarian, with his compatriot Balázs Sepp 20 seconds behind him. 9 seconds after Sepp will be Kasper Jack, and then 5 seconds after Kasper Jack will be Miles Pillage of Great Britain, a second behind him, Mutaz Mohammed. I think the biggest scrap in the early scrap is going to be Pillage and Mohammed. Yeah, I expect Mohammed to probably put the hammer down and try and take that pretty quickly. But we will have to wait and see. The music is starting to build, the atmosphere in the stadium. You can cut it with a knife. The conditions are hot, they're humid, they're testing, but this is where you separate the best from the rest. And that's why we have a final to end all finals here in Zhengzhou. Shababoom will start out first, and here he goes. Shababoom is away. The laser run final for the World Championships 2024 is underway, and Shababoom, as we saw in Turkey, Mariam Amur, is not hanging around. He wants his first lap to be a quick one.
Yeah, he's trying to pull out as much of a lead as possible, trying potentially to extend that to above 20 seconds. You can see all the athletes are still at the blocks, but Jep is out now from Hungary as well. 1 and 2 are out. Gold and silver are out of the blocks.
But here's where the fun starts, because first and second are out. Kasperjak is out. 5 seconds later will be Miles Pillage. Pillage is out. Mohammed is out. And Kim is out at the same time. So Mohammed ahead of Kim at this stage. It's a wonderful shot from above. Yep, Schweilo gets an ovation as he leaves. Pillage keeps the place at the moment in what is effectively 4th. But Mutaz Mohammed in 5th, quite behind him, and he's looking to try and take him in and around the riding arena, and does. Mutaz Mohammed moves up to 4th, Miles Pillage in 5th. A long way to go. Shababoom is your leader. There he is. That's 2nd place, the purple cap of Balazs Sepp.
And those 2 Hungarians, as of now, you have to favor for gold and silver, but still a very long way to go. Boom and Sepp, by the way. Sepp has closed down that gap a little, not by too much. It's 19.78 seconds, the gap, as Kasperjak goes across the timing blocks as well. It's 32 seconds, the gap between him and the leader, so it's actually opened up now to 3 seconds extra. Mutaz, look at Mutaz. Close that gap right down to Kasperjak, and we might see an early overtake.
Yeah, that's where the action's going to be early on in this race, that's for sure. It's that bronze medal position at this stage. Don't worry, you won't miss a trick in first position. Shababoom is heading towards the start-finish line, I beg your pardon, into the shooting range for the first time. So we'll see how he fares as he heads to bay number 1. And we'll see how Shababoom, your leader, does. He misses his first target, but
Pressure
then
is building.
hits in 2nd, misses his 2nd, hits again. Sepp's not going to be a million miles behind here. He's missed his 4th once, gets his 4th. This is going to be 13.8. He will have wanted quicker. In comes Sepp. And how quickly he misses his 1st as well. How quickly are
These
the
athletes
pack?
are feeling the nerves now.
And look at Mutaz Mohammed is into the range, Mariam.
Yeah, Sepp is out, Sepp at seconds, but Kasperjak and Mutaz now in the reins. Kasperjak with 2, Mutaz with 1. 3 for Kasperjak now, 2 for Mutaz, 3 for 3, and it's 4 for Kasperjak, 5, and he leaves the range with a 7-second shoot. Mutaz with 5 now. It's an 11-second shoot. 3rd and 4th are out. Who's going to make it out in 5th now? It's Kim
and
Jun,
Pillage.
and Pillage.
Jun, all 3 of them come out, but that scrap for 3rd. Mutaz Mohammed is behind Kasperjak, and there is a significant difference there. There it is. That is the battle for 3rd you see in your screens there. That is Kamil Kasperjak of Poland, who currently has the bronze medal around his neck. Now, can the Egyptian Mutaz Mohammed, who himself is going to be scrapping for an Olympic place, let's get it right, can he close that down?
He was chasing back in the back of your shot there. Jun, Kim, and Pillage all chasing down Mutaz Mohammed. Is Mutaz Mohammed going to make a move now on Kasperjak? He's getting closer. Not necessarily quite there, but I think the gap has really closed down now. We might see an overtake on the back end of the course, and it is Mutaz Mohammed who moves up into 3rd place now. Kasperjak dropping into 4th. Where are our leaders? Shababoom making it back to the range.
Yeah, he's heading into the range now, is Shababoom, for the 2nd time, his 2nd visit to the range, and Mutaz Mohammed is pulling out a little bit of a lead. You can see that on your right, you won't miss anything. Top left is your leader, Shababoom. Into the range he goes, 2 from 2. This is quick from the World Cup final gold medalist. 4 from 4, he's going to be out as he misses 5. Misses 5 twice. Don't miss it 3 times, 11.34, he'll take that. Shababoom out as Balazs Sepp comes in. And that is Mutaz Mohammed carrying his head a little bit. Kasper Jack behind him. Mutaz Mohammed into the range. Kasper Jack not too far behind. Balazs Sepp is struggling. He's made 2. Mohammed can sniff silver here. He's going to have to go through these 1 from 1 initially, but misses his second twice. Out comes Sepp in 16. Yeah. Mohammed missing his second one. He's struggling a bit here. The Egyptian now 3. Kasper Jack with 2. And Jun comes in. Kasper Jack now with 4. And Kasper Jack heads out 13.95. Mohammed is still struggling.
Out in 7 seconds, and Mohammed has now left the range, but has dropped all the way down to 5th.
22 seconds. That is a struggle. Kasper Jack deserves a lot of credit here because he's running really well and shooting really well. Jun, though, I think is the athlete behind him.
Yeah, but Mutaz is putting in the pace now. I think he's going to overtake Jun Wong Tai, and he does. Mutaz has dropped down into 4th, but I think gaining on Kasper Jack now.
But he's giving himself so much to do from the range.
I think the pressure is, it's a lot to handle, and yeah, it's something that we'll be keeping an eye on for the rest of this race. But Mutaz Mohammed does well on the track in terms of running, and he's getting closer and closer to Kasper Jack as Jun tries to hold on to Mohammed.
Shababoom is heading towards the range for his 3rd time. He is flying. He really is flying. That's the battle for 3rd that you can see. That's Kasper Jack in the foreground, and it's Mutaz Mohammed just behind him. He's going to try and take him on the
again
bend.
Same spot,
same place. He's going to try and take him in the top left of your screen. Within the next 3 seconds, you will see. There you go. Is the shooting range. That's our leader, Shababoom in. Mutaz Mohammed into 3rd. And that's impressive from the Egyptian. He's got to shoot better, though, for his 3rd trip, a penultimate trip. Shababoom with 3 down. Shababoom with 4 down. Shababoom misses his 5th.
Sepp joins him in the range now. Boom, out of the range.
11.61. He'll take that. He will take that.
Yeah,
Sepp heading in now in 2nd. Mutaz Mohammed and Kasper Jack. The battle looks like it's going to be for bronze, folks. That's a battle you see in front of you.
You never know, they could be pulled into that silver as well, but Sepp is shooting brilliantly, it has to be said. Misses his 4th, but gets on, and it's a 9-second shoot for Sepp. 1st and 2nd look good.
If one of these 2 athletes go 5 from 5, there could be a silver battle on, but they need to. Mohammed 2 from 2. Can he go 3 from 3? No. But look at Jun. Jun's going through them pretty quickly. Jun's 3. Mohammed's 4. Mohammed's 5, 9.37. It's a big gap to 2nd. It's a very, very big gap to 2nd. But there's another trip to the range yet.
Yeah, these athletes are looking good. Jun is gaining on Mutaz. Mohammed has Mutaz really put in the effort in those first opening laps, or does he have the pace to continue on this race? He looks good in 3rd. And actually looking from the side view, I think Jun isn't far away, just maybe a 2.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, Jun's looking pretty strong out there. Jun is in 4th. Mutaz Mohammed in 3rd. There's the gap. There's the visual gap. It's maintaining, I'm going to say. It's maintaining. If Jun may be trying to reel in Mutaz Mohammed. Mohammed at the moment, that's his bronze medal. That is 3rd place for the Egyptian. Shababoom in 1st. Is heading into the range for his final time. Sepp in 2nd, 23, nearly 24 seconds behind. Barring a disaster in the range, there is your gold medalist. And in he comes into the range. But this final, this men's event, has given us all sorts of talking points. Let's see how he does in the range. Our leader, 1 from 1 for Shababoom.
Yeah, it was a tricky
Missed
that
his
shot.
2nd, but gets his 2nd eventually at the 2nd time. 3rd down, 4th down. This could be the gold medal. He misses his 5th. He's got time in his pocket. 12.35. Shababoom.
He's smiling as he leaves the range as well.
He knows. There is your World Championship gold medalist, I have no doubt. Who's going to get silver? Balazs Sepp looks like it's his. What does he do in the range? Balazs Sepp now gets 1 from 1. Now, can 3rd place catch him? It's Mutaz Mohammed is entering the range now. You can see he's 4 down, he's 5 down. The Hungarian's out in 9.55. I think that's silver. Unless Mutaz Mohammed now manages to get all of his down in succession, which he doesn't, he's going to struggle. Jun is actually, it's a battle for 3rd. Bronze is the story here. Jun's going to come out. Jun's out in 7. Mohammed's still in there. Kasperczak might overtake Mohamed's out.
Mohamed's out and Kasperczak is out. This is an all-out battle for bronze now. We will see a big sprint finish. Can Jun hold on? Look at the pace from Mutaz behind him, and Kasperczak is gaining as well.
Jun knows you're not going to miss the leader across the line, folks. Don't you worry, but this is the battle. Mohamed is extending his stride. I can see his stride extending. Jun is in bronze. Mutaz Mohamed is in fourth, and Jun is pulling it out. You've got to say, Shababoom is coming into the finishing straight now. He's 70 meters from World Championship gold. Shababoom takes gold in Turkey and gold in Zhengzhou in the World Championships. Goes to Shababoom. Across the line, a double gold for the Hungarian. He is overcome with emotion, and you can understand why. Balázs Sepp is going to take silver, but where's the bronze? Mutaz Mohamed, I think, has got too much to make up. There is your silver medalist. It's Balázs Sepp coming in to take silver. All eyes on third. And Jun, I think, is going to take it. Mutaz Mohamed is giving it everything he's got. He's not going to have enough. The bronze medal is going to go to Korea. It's going to go successfully to Korea. And Jun with the bronze. So Shababoom, Balázs Sepp, Jun in third, and across the line comes Mutaz Mohamed in fourth. Gave it everything. He gave it the lot. Kasperczak in fifth, Schwelo in sixth, and
by the way,
seventh place is playing it out. Go on, Mariam.
Yeah, Jung Won Tai, I think he started in eighth. He was 44 seconds off the lead. And with the form he's been in this season, to be fair, I didn't think it was going to be a medal position for him, but he really put in that effort in that last lap. Mutaz Mohamed was incredible the entire race. It was just that one final shoot.
Vlak in eighth, having started the day. Really struggling, Vlak, wasn't he? He was the first out with the riding, or was meant to be the first out in the riding. So well done to Vlak. Pillage in 10th, Musier in 11th. Demeter in 12th.
Bello 13th.
And the athletes 14th. Are continuing to cross the line. Mariam Amor, a word on Shababoom. Imperious.
Yeah, just reigning. He is incredible to watch and to witness as an athlete. He's done it in World Cup finals. He's done it in World Champs, all in the same year, which is I'm not sure that has happened before. We have to check, but a consecutive win like that, what does that do to his confidence? And shoots it up.
He's consistent, isn't he? In every event, he's a postman. He always delivers.
Yeah, and he's one of those athletes that we always say, oh, Shababoom, he needs to fence well, so he does well. He needs to fence well, and he's got that down. So everything else is just falling into place for him right now. As soon as he improved that fencing, Shababoom became an unstoppable force in pentathlon.
Well done to him.
Look at that, how much that means to Shababoom. I can tell you from that smile, it is everything.
There is your gold medalist in the World Championships 2024, Shababoom, a double gold. It is a gold in 2024 for Shababoom. Did brilliantly well to have made the World Cup final. A thumbs down from Greach. We know that he had struggles earlier on in the competition with the riding.
Yeah, withdrew from the competition, but it's a good effort that he is continuing on. Of course, we only have 17 athletes finishing. Fabian Liebig did not start due to that maybe injury he nurses from the riding. Yeah,
we wish him well, and we wish all the athletes well as we see all the athletes crossing the line, those who are injured.
What a day for Hungary, by the way.
Oh,
silver, bronze, gold, silver.
Wow, 4 medals.
4 medals, excluding the team medals as well. So it's a very incredible team, and they've done incredibly well and consistently well this season. Shababoom and Sepp making that mark at the end at World Champs, and a late arrival, but an impactful one from Rita Erdos.
Yes, impressive this morning, wasn't it? There is a smile in the beautiful sunset just kissing through the top of the stadium.
Kind of shy, actually.
Yeah.
His personality is he's very humble. He's very calm. He's very quiet. He's very focused, and at the same time, he's. I think we talk about pentathlon being the complete sport, encompassing, or whoever does the sport is the complete athlete, and I think Shababoom does well in the sense that he is the complete athlete, and at the same time, he's an incredible human being. When you put those two together, you have a champion.
Those forearms look strong. Shababoom looking brilliant. A huge credit's got to go to the Egyptian.
Yeah, Mutaz Mohammed
Mutaz
was
Mohammed,
incredible.
who dug in. He
Who
just
would've
struggled in the range.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to go for bronze. That final shoot is everything. Final shoot is everything. There's no more room or no more time to make up on track. And so, yeah, that final shoot really put a dent in his chances for bronze. But Zhou Mengtai took that opportunity and ran with it.
Well, he didn't look like he was going to get beaten in Ankara. He didn't look like he was going to get beaten in Zhengzhou. That's what champions do.
Yeah.
The Olympics is 2 months away.
We could be seeing
He's
a new
got to be
Olympic
one of the
champion
favourites.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to beat Shababoom. He's going in great form. His shooting was consistent as well. He was always around 9, 10, 11 in the range.
But I was just going to say, because he is a perfectionist and he always wants to do well and to push himself to the limits. This is far from the best shooting from Shababoom, and he still managed to get first place with it. So if you're not in your best form and you're performing at the highest level ever, you get that boost of confidence.
The smile coming out of the range is one of the pictures I will remember from this.
Yeah.
Coming out of the range, Jun shot brilliantly, you know. Really well. It was the shooting that separated Jun and Mutaz Mohammed as Shababoom comes across the line.
Actually, Mutaz Mohammed, his third shoot was 9 seconds, so it was really going well for him. It was, I think, the pressure. It was definitely a mental thing for Mutaz in that final shoot. But a fantastic effort from him. 4th place at the World Champs is a big deal.
Yep, it is a big deal, and huge congratulations to him, because still a relatively young man. Let's remember, he's 19.
He is, yeah.
19.
He's had huge success in the youth level. He is the youth world champion. And I think Mutaz is one of those athletes we'll be talking about for years and years to come.
6th in Turkey in the final, 4th here. So there are your classified results. Shababoom is the gold medalist. Balash Sepp will be 2nd on the podium, and Jun of Korea will be 3rd. And again, to draw up the rest, Miles Pillage in 10th, and there are the rest of the classified results. With a bit of reaction, James Anadakis is down there for us.
Mengtai, absolutely phenomenal performance by you. I can see just how much it means to you. You're an athlete who's won pretty much everything, but I can see this a very important medal for you. Just sum up how you're feeling.
오늘 되게 중요한 메달을 획득했는데 전체적으로 어땠는지.
일단 뭐 런닝 부분에 있어서는 말할 것도 없고, 사격 부분에서 되게 정말 근대오종을 하면서 인생이 몇 번 올까 말까 한 그런 굉장한 미스 없는 슈팅을 보여준 것 같아서 일단 너무나도 기쁘고, 그리고 제가 말했잖아요. I can speak step by step.
And then today is the later on the race is very amazing. In my life, no missing the shooting, and the running is a very good condition. So the weather is nice, so it's a very good position. So it's very, very amazing. It's very good. Yeah, I said step by step.
Talk to us about that battle at the end with Mutaz Mohammed, because he's an athlete that gave absolutely everything. Obviously, he was very upset on the finish line, but this is sport. I mean, just talk to us about that battle, because that was a phenomenal battle between 2 great athletes.
무타즈랑 마지막에 이렇게 경쟁을 하면서 느낌 어떻게 레이스를 펼쳤는지.
뭐 그 친구가 온다라고 생각을 한 것도 없고, 그냥 온전히 제가 할 수 있는 것에 잘 집중을 했기 때문에 이런 좋은 결과가 이어진 것 같습니다. 네.
And then he is a very good laser runner, but I think he's just only his focus is in my race. So he is coming. I think is nothing. Just only in my race is in the focus. So his last finish is I have somebody is power. So his last finish line is as I take the bronze medal.
And just finally, you are an Olympic bronze medalist already. It's been a tough few years for you since winning your Olympic bronze medal, but it feels like, as with often great athletes, you're approaching the top of your performance at the most important time. Would you say that's true? Are you now reaching peak performance heading to Paris?
지금 올림픽 메달을 따고 나서 한국 팀이라든지 우리 선수들이 굉장히 좋은 성적을 내고 있는데 그 부분에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지랑 그다음에 파리 올림픽 가갖고 파리 올림픽을 어떻게 또 준비할 것인가.
지금 이 느낌 그대로 지금 어떻게 보면 상승세를 타고 있는 한국 팀인데 그 느낌 그대로 올림픽까지 가져갈 거고 정말 며칠 안 남았고 또 이번보다 더 좋은 모습을 보여드릴 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다. 네.
And Korea team is now as a woman and a man is a very good race, and then we can. This season is the last competition in the Paris Olympic Games. But as the Paris Olympic Games is a few days, between is short. But we can try to do training, and then we have as a very. In the stay in the Korea is prepared to in the Paris Olympic Games, so we have at this time is again and more as a good performance in Paris.
Woong Tai, congratulations! Another medal for you at the bigger stage. Well done, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Well done, bro.
Well done to Woong Tai Jun. And good to get his season on track as well, Mariam.
Yeah, he's well, ever since that Olympic medal, we haven't seen much of him, so it's good to see him back on the podium. That's definitely a confidence boost heading into the Olympic Games.
And that was bronze in Tokyo in 2020, gold in the World Cup final in 2022. Last year, 6th in the World Champs in Bath, 5th in Turkey a few weeks ago, and to go 3rd again is progress. I think Balash Sepp is with James Anadakis.
Well, Balash, congratulations. You've had 1 or 2 moments to recover now, but talk to us about that race, because you had to be at the top of your game to achieve this silver medal.
Thank you so much. Before the competition, I was a little bit ill, so I have not, before the competition, not good breathing. Yes, because I was very tired. I was 2 days. I was sleeping, so I didn't feel before the competition these good results.
Well, listen, it's been a very good year for you. A silver medal, of course, in Budapest, another medal to add to your collection. Now World Championships silver medal. How high does this rank in terms of your own achievements? How big is this achievement for you?
It's very good for me. In 22, as I was 3rd in World Champion, now in the 2nd. I hope next year I will be the World Champ.
And just a word to your friends and family watching back in Hungary about your success here.
Köszönöm anyukámnak a támogatást, meg a barátaimnak, nagyon szeretlek titeket.
Kursi Balas, enjoy the podium, my friend. Well done. Well done, man. Well done.
Balash Sepp with James Anadakis trackside, and I know James will be endeavouring to try and speak to Shababoom if he can before the medal ceremony, which James then goes on to introduce. He's a busy sausage, is our James, getting around.
Yeah, it's
yes. You like that?
It's a unique description of James, but yeah.
I've known James for long enough and called him much worse. Don't you worry about that. We've played football together and all sorts. And there he goes. Speaking of the devil, Shababoom is with James Anadakis.
Shaba, I think there's probably no doubt about it. You are the best athlete in the world right now. You've won World Cup final gold. You've won World Championships gold. You were very modest after our interview at the World Cup final, but really you must be feeling incredible now.
It feels amazing, and yeah, finally I can say I'm officially in the Olympics. So I made it, so that was the main goal. I'm just super happy.
You didn't just win that race, you absolutely smashed it. You were so far ahead of everyone else. Your teammate Balash Sepp obviously coming home in 2nd place. I know you'll be respectful to him, but you were absolutely dominant today. Talk to us about how you got to that point where you were so far ahead.
I need to process this race, but I think the feeling was that I'm helped. I'm helped all day by God, because I can't figure out how I made this possible. Maybe it wasn't me. So I'm just so grateful, and yeah, a lot of people helped me to achieve this, and in the last few laps they all came into my mind, and I just wanted to thank them with this medal. Yeah, because I'm just so grateful for them.
I've got one more question for you, but before we do that, you are thanking everybody there, so why not give them some thanks in Hungarian, because I know you've got a lot of people watching you.
Okay, thank you. So köszönöm szépen mindenkinek. Annyian vagytok, akik segítettek. Egyébként szerintem mindenki tudja, hogy kire gondolok. Élőben fogom nektek megköszönni. Elképesztő érzés, megyek haza innen Kínából, és remélem, hogy megölehetlek titeket. Köszönöm.
Just finally, Shaba, World Cup final gold medal, World Championship gold medal. There's one more competition of the year to go, the Olympics. Do you fancy getting all 3 Olympic gold, maybe?
I'm not thinking about Olympic medal, Olympic performance. I'm just happy that I qualified. It was a long journey, so I need to sit down for a bit, get some days to rest, and then start again till the Olympics.
Momentum achieves amazing things. Congratulations, it's with you at the moment. Well done, my friend. Congratulations, Shaba. Cheers.
Csaba Boum with James Zanadakis. He might not be thinking or talking about being gold in the Olympic Games. We can, because that's kind of our job. He's got to be one of the favourites. The injured athletes, of course, who didn't compete, will have something to say about that. They are the final results then for the World Championships in the Pentathlon final here in Zhengzhou.
Almost like Csaba Boum is one of those athletes you root for. You're never going to hate the guy even if he wins or gets gold, because he's that good of a person and he's so humble and he carries himself with such grace.
And he's 23.
23, yeah.
Still a young man.
Yeah, and he's crediting everything to the people around him and his coaches and families. So it's incredible to see him up there in gold, your world champion.
Well done to him. Well done to all of our top 3. Ahead of the medal ceremony then, let's see Csaba Boum's road to the top, shall we? So your World Championship medalists there. Congratulations to Csaba Boum, to Balázs Sepp in silver, and Jung with bronze. And just to clarify as well, Balázs Sepp of Hungary earning a direct qualification quota place to the Olympic Games by finishing second today.
Yeah.
And won Tae Jun had already won a quota. Both of them, in fact, had already won quota places. All of the men's qualification places will be decided by the Olympic Pentathlon World Ranking. The final list will be announced on the 8th of July.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes.
And the Olympics will, of course, be starting on the 8th of August.
Versailles.
Versailles, yeah.
Beautiful Versailles.
Beautiful venue. And a bit of time for the athletes now to recover, recuperate from this competition. I say a bit of time. I actually mean 2-3 days for them. They're going to want to jump back into training and make sure that they're not losing their form. And that's what Chababum is looking to get, but again, relish in that glory for one last time.
Yep. Congratulations to him. Our victory ceremony then is imminent here in Zhengzhou. We've got the mixed relays to come tomorrow, which we will be back for, so not totally done here in China as yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Modern Pentathlon Men's Individual Medal Ceremony.
So medal ceremony time then. And a huge congratulations should go as well at this juncture, Mariam, to coaches, to supporters, to parents as well, who will have taken these young athletes out as young athletes to hone their skills in riding, in fencing. They deserve an awful lot of credit.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit is owed where is due. And yeah, these athletes have not reached their position alone. They've had a team behind them, whether it be families, friends, coaches, supporters in every aspect, and yeah, but again, it is their effort that brought them across the line in first, second, and third. These athletes are going to be incredible to watch at the Olympic Games. We have an eye on Chaba, we have an eye on Zep, and the previous bronze medalist from Tokyo, Jung Tae, with a strong finish here in Zhengzhou.
Peaking in a good time as well.
Yeah, that's a perfect time to peak. And
so well done to him. And did well as well, because that third place scrap was really tough. Up for grabs. It was.
Mumtaz was chasing him down.
He was. Mumtaz Mohammed, the 19-year-old, was close, but not close enough. Actually, Tae Jun just pulled it out. Actually, when that bronze was there, Tae just said, if you want it, you're going to have to scrap hard, because I'm going to try and leave you. And if you've got enough in there to beat me, fair play. He just put everything in. And the bronze medal goes to the South Korean Tae Jun, who will have the medal around his neck very, very soon. Looks like he's been for a stroll in the Botanical Gardens opposite. He does, look at him.
Maybe you should take the medalists and go to the Botanical Gardens. Show them what's so spectacular about the sunset there.
Beautiful. It is.
I'm sure it is, I'm sure it is, I'm joking. But yeah.
I'll take Tae for a walk.
Jung Tae with the bronze medal. It was, as you said, a scrap again, giving us that 3.
Beautiful medals. Bronze medal around the neck then of Tae Jun, the 28-year-old, doing brilliantly. And Mariam, and my favourite part, what looks like a panda. We giving that a panda mascot?
I'm not really sure what it is.
Policeman panda?
I take anything fluffy.
So silver goes to Balasep, the Hungarian. Gold in the mixed relay World Cup final in 2024. Bronze in the World Championships in Egypt 2022. He's upgraded that in 2024. He said he'd been sick.
I want to see him when he's not sick. That is inspiring. And this competition has been Hungarian domination, women and men. 4 Hungarians on the individual podiums.
So a token gift as well, look like a watch.
Yeah, from the sponsors of the competition. It's RAM sponsoring competitions, watches.
So the gold medal presentation is imminent, and it goes to the man about to step onto the top of the podium in a few moments' time after the mascot presentation, which is, yeah, I love a mascot, me. Love a mascot. But the gold in 2024 goes to a man who's been in imperious form. He was golden in Turkey a couple of weeks ago. It is a golden 2024 for the Hungarian, and surely one of the favourites for the Olympics. Shababoom onto the top of the podium. It's a golden 2024 for the Hungarian.
By Dr. Klaus Schaumann, UIPM President.
And Dr. Klaus Schaumann, the president, will hand out the medal down in front of us. And a well-deserved, well-earned medal for Shababoom. We will stand for the Hungarian national anthem in a few moments' time. He's a wonderful advert for the sport as well, Mariam.
Yeah,
young man,
definitely, yeah.
humble.
Yeah, he encompasses the values of the sport, and definitely one of the athletes with good sportsmanship and good attitude towards the sport in general, and how he goes about his competition and how he speaks of himself and the people around him and the people who've helped him get to this position. He is an inspiration to everyone watching back home and everyone watching in the stadium as well.
Particularly youngsters, any youngsters watching on, fancying a future in the sport or a future in sport, whether it's modern pentathlon or not. We will observe and stand for the Hungarian national anthem in honor of Shababoom, your gold medalist.
请起立，奏匈牙利国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your men's individual World Championship medalists.
有请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
And that concludes your men's individual ceremony. We will
That
be
is
back
the
in a few minutes
medal
time
ceremony for
with the team ceremony. Don't go anywhere.
Men's presentation. Wonderful to see on the podium
感谢
our
颁奖
athletes
嘉宾
taking all on the top of the podium, a group picture, and being encouraged to smile for the cameras. Lovely to see Shababoom taking it all in. Bit of emotion as well. So that is the conclusion of a thrilling day here in Zhengzhou. The women's competition and the men's competition. It's fair to say that Hungary were the winners.
祝贺获奖运动
And
员
huge congratulations to gold medalists Sungmin Song and Shababoom. We'll be back tomorrow for the mixed relay, but for now, from Mariam Amur and myself, thank you for taking the time to tune in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.